Everyone gets 24 hours, right? Let's say you subtract 8 for sleep, 5 for meals and life, 4 for enjoyment. You still have 7 more to work on yourself, to study more for that test, hone your skill, build your business. So are you utilizing that time or postponing your success by carefully planned out excuses? Google defines procrastination as delaying or postponing something. I'd say it's a way that your brain tricks you into doing easy tasks. See, we are run on neurotransmitters. These are the little chemicals that are present in our brain which tell our brain how to function. And the modern era has programmed them to only focus on instant gratification. That means do something and immediately get the results, because once you open up Instagram, you'll find a good video and you'll be happy, and therefore your brain chases that instead of something which requires a lot more effort to do, such as completing a lecture. Hello everyone, my name is Anuj. I'm a final year MBBS student at GMC Nagpur. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, and if you're not new here, welcome back to the channel. And in this video I've gathered out 10 to 11 points which I personally use on a day-to-day basis, which help me reduce my procrastination by a lot and actually get things done. That's one of the reasons that I'm able to manage my YouTube, my studies and all of the other things while still being a final year med student. To be completely honest, this video was supposed to come out a month ago, but I felt like making this video would not be great then, because I was not doing good myself. I was procrastinating a lot. I was not doing adequately in my studies. So I genuinely believe in this concept called as practice what you preach, and therefore I did not make it then. But now over the past month I've applied all of these things and they really have changed a lot of things for me. Right, without any further ado, let's go. The first point is introspection. That means looking inside yourself and asking yourself a few certain questions which define who you are, where you are, what do you want to do in life. Sit down and ask yourself, where are you now? Not in the XYZ axis, not in the exact location that you're in, but where are you in terms of life? Are you in the place that you actually wanted to be? Are you preparing enough for that exam, or are you not doing so? Do you want to build a body but you're not going to the gym? What is the situation? Where are you currently placed at? In this moment, don't think about the past or think about the future. Just think about the right now. So I'll just take my example. I still have around 150 lectures to complete before I end the syllabus of final year, and I really want to do that. I want to be there, but currently I am not. I'm 150 lectures behind what I want to be. I also want to make more videos, travel a lot more, but that is currently not my priority. My priority is studies, and that's why that should be on the top of my list. The beauty of thinking right now in the present moment is that you are not at all bothered by your past. It does not matter how many lectures or how many hours of studies you did 1 month ago, or whether you achieved a goal previously or not. It also does not take into account the future. You're currently in this one moment, and everything over here is the only thing that is true. A quote I really like from Snyder Cut is, "When the Flash stops time, he says this: make your own future, make your own past. It's all right now." And that pretty much sums up my first point. Getting to know where you are at, and only once you realize where you're at will you be able to take off from here. And just this introspection step is going to reduce your procrastination by so much, because you will now know that you need to do certain things to get to a position where you want to be. Otherwise you'll just be taking it easy all the time. You won't really think about it much. The life that you want to achieve and the person that you want to be is your mission. I'll refer to this mission a lot in this video. Point number 2, having a good timetable in place. So when you watch an interview of a topper, most of them say the same thing. They say that they had a timetable in place which told them what to do, when to do, how to do it, and exactly at what date they had to complete what. In fact, some people also go ahead and make timetables segregated on the time of the day, and they are very stuck to it. So a good timetable will help you reduce your procrastination by a lot. One thing which I'd like to add on to this is that procrastination is very relative. If you are, let's say, in second year MBBS and you're trying to prepare for NEET PG, you can procrastinate a lot. It won't really matter. But if you're an intern who want to prepare for NEET PG, you don't really have that much time to procrastinate on stuff. So the seriousness of the situation also determines the ability of you to work towards your objective. Getting back to my point, making a timetable is pretty easy. You have made one so many times. It has basically only 3 things: calculate your effective time, add what you want to do, and add breaks. There you go, your timetable is ready. But sticking to it in a long term is very difficult. You can apply a lot of short term methods for sticking to the timetable, but the only thing that is going to matter in the long run is your mission. So 3 months from now, I don't feel like studying, and I've tried basically all the short term methods like the 5-minute rule and whatnot, but it just isn't working. I'll remind myself that my mission is something else. My mission is to, let's say, get a dream branch and dream seat, and to get to that point, I'll have to work so much more. And that mission is going to help me to stick to my timetable a lot. The next point is multitasking is a very big no. Don't do it. It's a scam. I've tried it a lot. It just does not work. I used to think I could listen to music in my earphones, sing the lyrics out loud, read the book of pathology while thinking about what video I had to make, and that was pretty cool. But guess what? I wasn't able to focus properly on my book. I wasn't able to focus properly on the video. I did not enjoy the song. So guess what? Multitasking is usually not going to be very productive for you. Focus on the task at hand, and always divert your 100% attention towards that. So a practical tip would be if you're working on, let's say, a Google document, and if you got 10 tabs open in Google Chrome or Safari, it will really distract you a lot from doing whatever you want to do. You have a music tab playing, you have 3 different sources which you want to cite. Just focus on one thing and one thing only. That will reduce your procrastination by a lot. Another way is by reducing the number of apps which are not really useful for you and will be distracting you in your work device. Most of the people that I know of use their iPad as a work device. So they are only going to be watching lectures, taking notes, or studying a little bit from it. So if you have apps which are going to be distracting you over there, it's going to definitely lead to a lot of procrastination. You're going to be preferring the instant gratification again apart from the main thing. My next point is getting into that zone of focus as well as narrowing your FOV. We've all sat in an exam hall, let's say class 10th board. Let's say not all of us have given 10th board, have we? But we all remember those 3 hours from the moment that the paper was given to us all the way till the end where the paper was taken from us. In those 3 hours, we did not bother about the guy who's always dropping his stationery, the teacher who is gossiping with the other teacher, the pretty girl sitting on the front bench. We don't really care about any of that in those particular 3 hours. That, my friends, is a zone of focus where you are going in and you're coming out only and only focusing a 110% on the task at hand. And whenever you are not in that focus zone, you are going to be procrastinating mentally or physically by ignoring the task or by staying at other place while doing that same task itself. That brings me to the second point, that is narrowing your field of view, FOVs. If you're a gamer, you might know that narrowing your FOV just focuses you completely on one and only one objective. The same way, if you're sitting and doing something, narrowing your FOV can be very easy. You just surround yourself with the only things that you're going to be using and nothing else that is going to be distracting you. What I really love about the JMC Nagpur library is that they've got these basic compartments in which once you just sit down, you are not able to see what the other person is doing on the left or right, what the person sitting next to you is doing or whatnot. So once you just sit in that cubicle, you'll be completely isolated, and in that zone of narrow FOV, you will be able to get so much work done without procrastinating on it. If you are not in a library, you can surround yourself with books which are your study material, which will really help you decrease the FOV. Speaking about the library, the environment that you sit in matters a lot. This is actually called ergonomics. I've talked about it a lot on the channel, but the way you organize your study table, the way you organize your books, the position in which you're sitting, the direction of the sunlight, all of these also play a crucial role in whether or not you will be productive studying or waste your time. So clean your desk, organize your books, make room for charging your tech, and have adequate light sources. These small little changes will do a lot of things for you. If you cannot do anything, join a library. They have got it all set out already for you. Just go there, sit down and start studying. A lot of the time, the reason that we give up is because we cannot see how much progress we have done. Let's say we are completing 222 lectures of medicine. You start from 1, you go up till 50, but you don't see any progress bar going up. Well, you would not feel motivated to go ahead because you can't actually see how much progress you have done. Imagine having a world where when you copy and paste, no bar appears. So you don't exactly know how much percentage you've copied and what to expect in the next second. When will it get over? That is pretty frustrating, and having a progress bar really helps you out. Let's say that you're dealing with something which is offline, let's say reading NCERT class 12th biology. You don't really know the progress bar. You don't really know how many chapters are left. So at that point, make a progress bar of your own, make a checklist and check off all the chapters you have done, and you will see the progress happening every time you sit. Devote some time to increase your skills, and every time you see that progress bar go higher and higher, your brain gives you that small dose of neurotransmitters which is enough to keep you going for the next step. And every single time you check off, you see that neurotransmitter signal getting stronger and stronger and stronger, because now your brain is shifting from the instant gratification mode to the thing which will make you actually happy in life, that is achieving something, and that usually takes a lot of work. It is such a small thing, but it is so effective. Talking about things which can be effective is subscribing to your channel would definitely be effective. If you're enjoying the content so far, many more videos like this on the channel. Okay, that's out of the way, which brings me to the next point, that is the 5-minute rule. When do you feel the most resistance when you're doing an activity? Let's say I tell you to sit down and start reading Bailey for 50 pages. What will be the point of maximum resistance? Will it be the start, mid, or the end? For most of us, the point that will be the most difficult to do will be the start. It is so difficult for our tiny brains to understand the fact that once you just start, the activity becomes so much more easier. And if you just don't start by the fear that you are never going to complete it, you might not ever do it. So the 5-minute rule basically applies to this. You just tell your brain, ki, I'll give you 5 minutes, just do this activity for 5 minutes. So instead of thinking about it like reading Bailey for 50 pages, read Bailey only for 5 minutes. Just sit down, set a timer, allow yourself 5 minutes to read that book. Once the 5 minutes over, you will yourself feel a compelling force inside you to keep going until you reach page 50. because once you are over that big mountain of inertia that you feel of starting the hardest task, it will be very easy on the maintenance phase. You just have to keep going, and with every passing chapter you will see that you will feel very, very happy. Matt D'Avella made a great video on this, link in the description, you can check it out. Talking about 5 minutes and time, let's get on over to time division. So if you're like me, you have a lot of different things to handle. Your college, your posting, your studies, your YouTube channel, the research paper that you're working on, time with your friends, enjoyment, that really good movie that actually just came out. Oh my god, so many different things. Only and only if you divide your time properly will you be able to do all of them. If you're having too many critically important things to do at the same point, none of them will work out good. I'll give you an example of what I'm saying. The only time that I study is from 8:30 in the morning to 5:30 in the evening. That's the only time that I will touch my books and study. After 5:30, I will take a break. I will do absolutely nothing till 8:30. So my brain has been programmed this way that the only time that I will actually study is that much, and when I'm on a break, I don't even think about studying. And once that break is over, I sit down back to study once again till, let's say, 11 or 12. This time division which is present in my brain really helps me figure out at what time is the thing that I have to focus on. Because if I'm studying, if I'm thinking about अरे यार शाम में मुझे ये सब करना है, तो मेरी पढ़ाई भी अच्छी नहीं होगी और ना मैं शाम में enjoy कर पाऊंगा because मेरी दोपहर में पढ़ाई नहीं हुई. So divide your time adequately. It's completely based upon you. I chose this time because it's very, very comfortable with my schedule of going to the posting, going to the library, coming back home, repeating it all over the next day. Just make sure that you don't do two things at once. The next thing is sometimes you just need a very big push to get started. Sometimes it's very difficult to imagine yourself doing a very difficult task. So a lot of the students, including myself, I used to think that NEET PG is so very difficult. It's going to be difficult to crack. It's going to be difficult to succeed in. I still think that it is pretty difficult, to be honest. The same fear was not allowing me to give my 100% to my studies, to whatever I want to do. So guess what I did? In my college GMC Nagpur, a toppers talk was held in which the toppers of my very own college, my seniors, they came and they gave a speech about what they had done during their preparation. And I found it very, very relatable. And talking to all of these toppers gave me a lot of confidence, gave me a lot of motivation to actually start up my studying once and for all. After the toppers talk, my studying has increased by a lot, and maybe you need that too. So talk to someone that motivates you. That might be one of your family members, that might be one of your friends, your siblings, or whatnot. The last thing which directly I will tell you from experience that works is that when you write down your goals before you start working on them, they are more likely to get succeeded. It's not just me. A lot of my friends and seniors have told me the same thing, that before they started the preparation for NEET PG, they wrote down Dr. XYZ, MBBS, MD Medicine, or MS General Surgery. Once you write that down in a secret copy or even put that as your desktop wallpaper, you keep seeing that every day. So in a way, it reminds you of your mission and you put more amount of work into whatever you're doing. And one of the very, I'd say, controversial books out there, The Secret, says the same, that there's this law of attraction will help you manifest things if you think about them. I don't know how much of that is true, but for me personally, whenever I write down a particular thing, it usually becomes true because I keep putting efforts to earn that. The last and the very important point is that if you subscribe to my channel, you would be a lot more productive, you would feel a lot more motivated towards your studies, and you would be getting so many awesome vlogs from Medical College GMC Nagpur, and you would definitely enjoy them. So please consider subscribing. Making this video take up a ton of time, effort, and energy, and you can help me in just 2 seconds by subscribing, that is. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see how to avoid distractions, this is the video that you should check out. It's your boy Anuj. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.